My name is Fraser.
My name is Mark.
And we are the hosts of the geekiest show alive. To the outside world, we're ordinary geeks.
But in the Fab International Studios, we talk comics and find other geeks just like us. This is Geek of the Week.
Page trade. Get your comics from an undisclosed location somewhere around.
Wherever you store them.
Somewhere around your house, maybe. Maybe you don't even store it in your house. Maybe you find another place for them.
You started that really, really sultry and then ruined it by gibbering.
Gibbering and gabbering.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll cut it. I'm not going to.
You were like, sexy Fraser, so talking about trade-off. And then you gibbered.
And gibbered and gabbered. I feel like that's my go-to. My go-to gibber. Now, this is Trade Off, the section of the show where Mark and I basically trade books. And Mark and I have... Look at that, I did it twice perfectly.
Good work.
I'm programmed and it's in there now. So Mark and I have sort of different tastes. I'm very family friendly. Marvel, DC, Archie, IDW, Innocence.
There's some really dark IDW stuff.
There is, yeah. I'm on more on the lighter stuff like the Disney stuff. And Mark's more like horror, sci-fi, your Image, your Dark Horse.
You're IDW in some cases.
Yeah.
I haven't put it on yet, but Lock and Key is a future trade-off.
The other side of IDWs. We both would go into an IDW store if they had a specific store for a comic book publisher, and we'd go, I'm going this side, you can go that side.
Yeah.
But basically, the premise of this section of the show is... we give each other a trade which, you know, we really enjoy and we hope that the other person does. Now, we mentioned this last week and a couple of weeks ago. Our tastes are sort of rubbing off on one another, which is why I'm really glad I gave you Justice League and the Power Rangers, because it sort of reiterated that we do have differences. I was like, you know what, we're liking our books too much, so here's one that I know I love and Mark probably won't love.
I won't do that to you. I give you good quality stuff.
There's stuff that you have given me, and I know is coming in the future, that just looks long. And some of them just looks horrifying.
Good.
I have been horrified.
I remember how much you hated Outcast.
But,
which was adorable.
I liked it. It was just very horror-y.
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 Horror-y isn't a word.
See, the thing is, we mentioned this. We always mention this. I'm always sort of like looking for positives and stuff, and sort of, so like, even if I am relentlessly scared, I would still be like, yeah, I recognise it's a good book, and yeah, it's really good if you like horror. I'm just petrified. So this week, with it being International Women's Month, we next couple of trade-offs are going to be based around that, basically, whether it's female writers, female lead characters, or both, just a bit of everything, really. And the first book we're looking at is Mark gave to me Paper Girls by Image.
I did, and this is a book that is still going strong. The original trade that I gave you is maybe 3 or 4 years old now, and it's still going strong. It's still in single issues, and I think it's on volume 6 now of of trades. So it's been a very successful book for Image, and well, I know what I think about it. What were your opinions?
I was going to say, this was a while back actually. I read this because I took a couple more volumes off you, so that kind of kind of gives away my thoughts.
A little bit.
I really did enjoy it. I think I got up to like volume 4, but then we started trading other books, and then we did it for the show.
I've read 5. I've not read 6 yet, but I will give you 5.
Really enjoyed this, and like the way you got me with this book is. Apparently a Netflix TV show ripped it off. And I was like, wait, which Netflix TV show? I was like, I think it's like Stranger... I was like, wait, Stranger Things. Now, it's...
I'd like to point out that this was doing the Stranger Things vibe before Stranger Things.
Yeah. No, it's not a rip-off, or it's not a...
no, that's not what I'm saying.
It's not a thing as well, adaptation, which I was like, ooh, maybe.
They are quite similar, though.
But it's a really cool vibe, you know, it's... set in the 80s, there's kids in the bikes, and but the Paper Girls thing is all about like a paper round, and being a paper boy for a good long years I do know it's very important to know your fellow paper people.
I thought you were still a
Get along with him. Oh, forever. No. No, I gave that up when I went to uni. God. There's no papers in Wales. I'm joking, of course there's papers in Wales. It's all they have. They don't have the internet.
You're harsh. Wales is lovely.
No, I really
to visit.
I really enjoyed that. No, Wales is a beautiful country, honestly. Don't worry, there's not a joke coming there. No. I really enjoyed the dynamic between all of the characters, all the paper girls, and it's all about this. It's a great way to start because we have our main characters being introduced into the paper girls. It's a tight knit friendship group, but they're allowing them to come in, and that's the best way to sort of start off one of those things. Is it's always about the new person coming in, how they react. The first example that pops into my head, which is probably not a good example to compare to this, is In-Betweeners. Obviously, it starts with Will coming into the new school. There are much better ones.
You could have perhaps gone with Wesley Crusher in Star Trek.
Kitty Pryde coming into the X-Men.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. That's the one. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the dynamic between the two, and it was really funny. And then the end of the first volume, when they set up this sort of like where the story was going to lead on, it did make me go, I want to read more of this. And again, it's that
it escalates quickly.
It's sort of that again Stranger Things vibe of like, here's your normal friends, they're just getting along, and then here's some mad creatures and stuff like that. Here's some wacky stuff to like. Here's a juicy bit of sci-fi for you to delve into, and that's why I kept on reading and really enjoyed it.
It's wibbly wobbly timey wimey is very very easy to do badly, and I feel like it's done really really well in this comic, and it's also very cleverly done, and you don't realise, and then time travel and stuff, and cool.
Which is another thing I liked, because it was sort of like, my favourite film is Back to the Future. Sorry, guys. Oh, no, wait, there are comics of Back to the Future. I've read a load of them. I shouldn't have, but I did. I loved them. But it reminded me of that as well, like Back to the Future, sort of, but in a team dynamic, which is really cool.
It's by Brian K. Vaughan. It was always going to be good, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. He's done great stuff with
I'm always banging on about Runaways, but I love pretty much everything he's done.
Yeah.
And
Runaways has got that similar vibe as well, that young team dynamic.
Yeah. Excuse me.
It's all right. But you are right in saying that as well. You mentioned before how this has been a big runner for Image, and the Image books you think of in past are like your Spawns and sort of all those,
Walking Dead.
all those ones. And this is sort of like, it is part of the new generation of I'd say this. You can still say The Walking Dead because it's still going, but like the
another
Wicked,
example would be
the Wicked
and
the Divine.
Finished.
The Wicked and the Divine.
Yeah.
Like we talked a lot about the fairy tale one.
Oh, I Hate Fairyland.
I Hate Fairyland.
That's finished.
That's finished.
Broke my heart.
So it's nice that Paper Girls is still going, and it's really cool with Image because they don't have a connected universe, but they always have books they have long-serving books that are long stories, and it feels more like manga in a way, sort of like, they always have one writer or one team on it. So, and it's always it's always going to be one continuous story, and it's sort of there's less retcons and stuff
I just love Image. I love everything about the company and the way they do business.
There is a lovely, exceptional documentary you should watch, and it's about how Image is formed. It's on YouTube, available on YouTube. And if you like Image as well and you're listening, definitely check it out. It's YouTube. I can't remember the exact name, but if you just YouTube,
you can put it in the comments.
Image documentary, and it's really cool. Like the team of all these Marvel and DC writers and artists who are doing incredible stuff, make it breaking comic record sales, and they just went, hey, we should make our own. And it's still flourishing now with writers and artists who managed to work for Marvel, DC and Image and Dark Horse, and it's a great comic book industry, really, because creators are just going here, there and everywhere. It'd be interesting to talk to an actual writer who maybe they have a different opinion and go, oh no, you have to take any work you can. Or some might be like, oh no, it's great, I can go here, here and here.
It's interesting how more freelance the industry has become since Image.
Yeah, it's less like, oh, I'm a Marvel guy, you're a DC
exactly
guy.
right.
I mean, there are some exceptions to that, like the big ones who want to become editor-in-chief. Like Bendis has recently gone from being a Marvel guy to a DC guy. Scott Snyder, obviously. Jim Lee, who helped start Image, has gone back to DC, but he's like editor-in-chief now, so fair play.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paper Girls. Really enjoyed it. Any
Brilliant.
final thoughts you want to let out? Because this was your book. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed it, loved it, and it was that thing of like we mentioned before with our different tastes. You managed to hook, line, and sinker me because it's just like that childhood sort of thing that like get like friends, young friends, all getting along. I was like, oh, you suckered me in.
I think the reality is that it's an exceptionally well-written story about interesting characters in a impossible universe, world, whatever you want to call it, an impossible situation, and that's compelling whatever your taste.
Yeah, and it's away from adults as well. No adults in this. It's all about the kids getting sorting it out
It's
themselves.
a subtly feminist book as well, which is important, and I think that benefits it as well. Because there aren't many men in this book at all.
No.
And it doesn't suffer for that. And it kind of makes a point, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. I would love... we might start doing this for trade-offs. It depends. But I would love to see this in a TV show. It might be a question we ask at the end, like, would you want to see this as a TV show or film? Maybe. But I wouldn't mind seeing this as a TV show. The only thing...
I think it would work.
I would worry about is people saying, oh, it's Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But with the time travel element, it could work. And then with fans of the book going, actually, this was a book before Stranger Things. And it might just, there's long waits for seasons now for, like, shows like Stranger Things. So something that, like, breaks it up and, like, you still get that sort of vibe. I'm all for it. And more comic book stuff. Well up for it.
Indeed.
It's kind of cool as well, because Stranger Things now has comics. And that's written by... what is her name? This is going to bother me. Jodie Hauser.
They were good comics as well, from what we read.
Yeah, and she's a very important person, I feel, in female representation in comics. And she is going to be a part of... One of her books is going to be a part of Trade-Off this month, which I'm very excited about, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet.
Splendid.
But we want to know your thoughts on this trade. If you've checked it out, want to know again, your thoughts on the book. How many trades have you read of it? Have you read it all? Are you still collecting it on single issues? If you've not checked it out and you've heard our thoughts, do you want to check it out now? You're like, oh, okay, I can dig this. Sort of like a Stranger Things, but with a different take. Okay. We want to know. We've got a nice, cool little link. If you're watching this on YouTube, we've got a cool link that you can click on and sort of it'll lead you onto Amazon and it just shows you all that. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, let us know. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube comments below. We'll ignore Tumblr for this one. We've said enough about Tumblr for now.
To listen to Geek of the Week, be sure to tune in next week. Same geek time, same geek channel.
And if you want to follow us on social media, it's at GOTW Radio on Twitter. Search for Geek of the Week Radio Show on Facebook. And to listen again, it's www.mixcloud.com/Geek of the Week Radio Show.